Hi guys, so I decided to make another video because I couldn't sleep and just had a lot on my mind. And for this video, I want to talk about the feeling that it's never going to get better, or the feeling that it's never gonna end. And I know that a lot of people experience this feeling, and I know that a lot of people honestly and truly think that it's never gonna get better and that this is the end for them. And I was there. I've been there so many times. I can I was there when I was 16. I was there again when I was 19. And I literally thought that my life was never ever going to get better. I thought that I was never going to be healthy. I thought that I was never going to be able to have a life or have a future or have a family or anything like that. So, I don't know. I just want to acknowledge the fact that when you think it's the end, it's not. When you think it's the end and when it feels like the end, that's when you need to push back the most. That's when you need to fight the hardest. That's when you really, really need to work on you. That's when you really gotta kick your ass and be like, holy fucking shit, I don't want this to be the end for me. I don't want this to be the end of my life. I don't want this to be what my life is like. I want a better life. I want a family. I want a home. I want all the things I never thought I could have. When I was in high school, I never thought I was going to graduate. I never thought I was going to have a future because my entire life I was told that I was nothing. I was told that I wouldn't have any of those things or that I wouldn't be successful or anything like that. And for the longest time, I let that control me. I let that control my dreams and my wants and my feelings. And it took so long for me to let that fuel me. It took so long for me to be like, holy shit, I can't wait to shove it in everyone's face when I am successful and I am happy and I am 35 and married with fucking 3 kids. And I let that fuel me. And it took a long time, don't get me wrong, it took a long time, and I've had a lot of bad days since then. But I don't know, I never thought I was going to graduate high school, and then when I did, I was like, holy shit, there's no way I'm going to go to college. I'm a junior in college now playing a collegiate sport. I never thought that I was going to get better. This summer is the worst my mental health has ever been. Ever been. And I thought that I was not going to get through that. I wholeheartedly thought that I was going to die this summer. I thought that I was done. I thought that I had nothing left to give. I had nothing left to give the world, and the world had nothing left to give me. But I decided to fight back. As little fight as I had in me at the time, I used it, and I literally had to crawl my way out of that depression. I had to literally use every single little bit of strength that I had left. Every little bit of hope, every little bit of everything that I had. And like a year ago, I wouldn't have talked about any of this. I wouldn't have talked about mental illness or being in a hospital or taking medication or anything like that. But I realized this summer I don't want to be sitting on the top of parking garages ready to jump. I don't want to be willing to take my own life every other day. I don't want to be self-harming. I don't want to be self-destructive. I don't want any of that. I want a life. I want a life. This is not the end for me. I want a life. And I'm going to do whatever it takes in my power to make that happen. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to have bad days, and it doesn't mean that I'm not going to have sad days. Today, I was ready to just call it quits. I was ready to get in my bed and completely ignore everything and everyone. Say, fuck my homework, fuck everyone. I don't want to talk to anyone. But instead, I have to check myself sometimes. Like, I have to give myself a reality check and be like, okay, like, you're having a bad day, like, you're really stressed out, like, do some exercises, try to get rid of some of your anxiety, go work out, go for a run, do something like that. And those things make all the difference. Because once you start to do those little things that make you happy, you start to realize the good in the world. Go out and watch the sunset, go for a run, go to the gym, go eat your body weight in pizza, if that's what it takes. Do whatever you need to do to realize the good in the world, to realize the humanity, to just don't give up. Because, like, when you think it's the end, It's not the end. Don't let it be the end. You write your own story. You write your own story. My entire life, people told me I wasn't going to go anywhere. I wasn't going to be anything. I wasn't going to accomplish anything. And here I am. I'm 20 years old. I have accomplished more than I ever thought I would. I never thought I would make it past 16. And I'll be 21 in a couple months. And I'm a junior in college. I play a college sport. I have a 3.9 GPA. I have worked with countless kids with disabilities. I've done so much more than I ever thought I would accomplish. And that's all because on the days where I thought it was the end, I had to reach down inside myself and pull out every piece of strength I had left. And I had to use it. And it wasn't easy. It was the hardest thing I've ever done. And like today, when I was super down, I had to be like, okay, Jess, like, it's a bad day, not a bad life. It's a bad day, not a bad life. So if you're struggling, if you're feeling like it's the end or feeling like you have nothing left to give, you do. You do. It's not going to be easy, but you do. So pick yourself up, and if you can't do it, I will help you do it. Pick yourself up and keep going. Just keep going, because one day it's not going to be so hard. When you think it's the end, it's not the end. It's just the beginning.